Hello, I'm Louise Mordecai and I'm one of the senior practitioner occupational therapists, and I'm based with the independent living team in Crawley. And I've been with West Sussex, I think it's for 12 years now, actually. And during that time, I've moved up just again through the progression that West Sussex is so strong on, through into a senior progression and then to the senior practitioner role. And the senior practitioner role is, I guess, in between the managerial role and the practitioner's role. So you have a bit of both. So as well as having a caseload, I'm also doing the triage for the cases which are coming in from Adult Care Point and prioritising those to see which ones we need to work with first and which can wait and which can maybe be dealt with quite quickly, because some of them might come in sort of sideways from the social workers. It could be liaising with some of the people of the referrers to see whether we can sort those out quickly. I also have a supervisory role, so I'm there and to liaise with the team members. So if they've got any problems or difficulties or wanted just to discuss anything, actually, just to check what's going on, then I'm there to talk to them about that. I also am one of the moving and handling leads for the team. So if people want to discuss any of their more challenging moving and handling cases, then I will talk to them, and if necessary, I go out with them to try out different techniques or different slings or different bits of equipment. And then if we're really foxed, then we go to the moving and handling team, who are always there. So there's always somebody else to go to here in West Sussex. You don't have to feel that you're shouldering the burden yourself. That's one of the really good things. What I like about the role, actually, I think about OT in general, is I really like the variety. So that you never know what you're going to, when you say a typical day, apart from, you never know what's going to happen. So it could be that you're sitting at the desk all day, but you could be going out, you could be doing some moving and handling, or you could be meeting with a family and talking about adaptations as well. And just some of them are quite complex adaptations for people who have got long-term conditions and want to stay in their own homes. So we can be liaised in Crawley as well. We liaise quite a lot with Crawley Borough Council to look at their adapting the properties or helping people move property and change to a more suitable property. I find that really interesting. And some of these, as other people have touched on, we have quite a long-term relationship with some of our customers because we're seeing them in their homes and hopefully they're there for a long time. So although we might share a case between different practitioners, quite often we get to know some of those families quite well and help with them towards a goal. You could be working with somebody when they, at the beginning, just giving them some small pieces of equipment, moving on, and then actually helping them find more suitable accommodation or actually adapting their accommodation to meet their needs. And I find that's really satisfying. Or the other thing is you can do something really small and then somebody says, oh, that's made such a difference to me. And you do feel appreciated. So I really like that. A lot of answering questions and queries, I guess. The moving and handling, and there's a big emphasis on that, working with carers and care agencies. And I think since lockdown, we've worked in a different way because we weren't able to go out. So I've worked quite a lot with responsive services, with those pieces of equipment which they've identified and which they haven't been able to order, trusting the other practitioners from other agencies who we've worked with because we haven't been able to get out there. So that's been a change recently. We've got a good team support. I think part of my role is also just keeping in touch with people, especially during lockdown, so that a lot of people are sitting at home so they don't feel isolated. So they feel they can turn to the senior practitioners or their supervisors for advice and don't feel that, even really small things, sometimes you just want to ask somebody. That team support, which is so valuable, and that sharing of information, we've had to keep that up during lockdown. So we've had WhatsApp groups for quick questions and just to check where people are for their safety as well when they're going out on visits, so that we have a single worker policy so that we make sure that people aren't going out anywhere and that nobody knows where they are. So we have a strong emphasis on that, on people's safety. And we've had team meetings and extra team huddles just to share information, for people to check in, just to see how they're doing. And so we have a lot of support, mutual support within the team. So I think that people do feel that they are supported by West Sussex and by our team, and value that.